Sometimes you see a bubble. Sometimes you can act. And sometimes, the only winning move is not to play. The man who said these words is the real-life inspiration behind The Big Short, Michael Burry. 18 years ago, he single-handedly saw through the subprime mortgage bubble and became famous for betting against it. Now, 18 years later, he's making his move again. And this time, his target is the red-hot field of artificial intelligence. Hello everyone, I'm Jian Wenjun. Today, let's talk about a piece of news that has made Wall Street prick up its ears. Michael Burry is using real money to bet against the AI frenzy. This isn't just talk. According to his regulatory filings, over 80% of his fund's portfolio is now invested in shorting two star companies in the AI field, Nvidia and Planet. The nominal value of this bet exceeds $1 billion. This is an extremely aggressive strategy, essentially pushing all his chips to the other side of the table, betting that the AI bubble will burst. This move instantly reminded the market of the lonely, prescient bets he made before 2007. So, why is he so bearish on AI? Burry's logic isn't about negation AI technology itself. The core view he's expressed in interviews and on social media is that the current AI investment mania has evolved into a frenzy of excessive capital, rather than rational value growth. He sees strong parallels with two historical periods. The 2000 dot-com bubble. Back then, there was crazy investment in fiber optic networks, but the returns fell far short of expectations. Now, global tech giants like Microsoft, Meta, and Amazon are pouring 50% to 70% of their profits into AI infrastructure. This level of capital expenditure is already comparable to the peak of that bubble. The subprime mortgage crisis he lived through, complex financial engineering hid the risks then. Now, overly optimistic valuations are hiding the uncertainties of AI's future. In his own words, when valuation expansion far outpaces profit growth, when debt limits policy flexibility, and when inflation keeps real interest rates high, the conditions supporting high valuations disappear. In his view, the odds for players entering the game now are highly unfavorable. However, the other side of this high-stakes bet is by no means silent. First, timing is everything. Looking back at 2008, Burry started building his position nearly 2 years early. During that time, due to high holding costs, his fund almost went bankrupt. This time, since he established his position at the end of September, the stock prices of Nvidia and Planet have continued to rise. His short positions are already facing significant paper losses. Secondly, the CEO of Planet, Alex Karp, whom Burry is heavily shorting, reacted very strongly in a recent interview. He bluntly described Burry's shorting behavior as absurd, insane, bats *T crazy ***. Karp's logic is simple. Why would you short one of the only companies in this industry that's actually making money?
They could pick on any company in the world. They have to pick on the one that actually helps people, that actually has made money for the average person, that is actually supporting our warfighters. Why do they have to go after us? And I'll tell you what, it's crazy motivating, because I'll tell you why the short sellers are constantly getting screwed by Palantir. Because every time they short us, we just are like tripling down on getting the better numbers, and part, honestly, to make them poorer.
He countered by showcasing the company's staggering growth metrics, arguing that Burry simply can't distinguish between AI products that create genuine value and those that are merely empty shells. Karp's exact words were particularly pointed. He said short sellers can target any company in the world, but they specifically chose this one, a company that supports American warfighters and creates wealth for ordinary people. He finds it deeply irrational that Burry is shorting one of the few companies in the AI space that is practically printing money. What we are witnessing now is a classic clash of perspectives. On one side is the legendary short seller, convinced that history rhymes. Armed with deep historical insight and data analysis, he warns of bubble risks. He's even willing to endure temporary paper losses, just as he did back in 2005 when he shorted the housing market 2 years early, waiting for the market's ultimate validation. On the other side are the AI leaders riding the crest of the wave. They point to their tangible, consistently outperforming financial results to prove their worth. Dismissing the short seller is fundamentally misunderstanding the nature of their business. So, how will this Big Short 2.0 script play out? Will Burry recapture his glory and precisely puncture the AI bubble? Or will Karp, Nvidia, and others use sustained earnings growth to bleed the short sellers dry? The market awaits its verdict.